welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Zara and I am a pro makeup artist for Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. And today, as you can see, I'm obsessed with this eye makeup. It is going to be an eye makeup on the new trend called fox eye. It's probably my favorite trend that I've seen so far because it's so elegant, it's so beautiful and really sexy. So if this is something that you would like to learn how to do, I do a very easy version, by the way. Definitely keep watching. If you haven't already, do subscribe below to get updates on when I post my videos, and I hope you enjoy. Why am I waving again? So as you can see, I've already got one of my eyes done. I really wanted to show you the difference between how this fox eye changes the shape of the eye. I generally have more of a rounder eye, so this fox eye trend gives you more of this kind of like almond pulled out shape, which is really beautiful. And as you can see, it's also very soft and simple. So the first product I'm going to start off with is a color called Taupe. So Taupe eyeshadow over here is just like a really soft transition color, and I'm going to go in with a slightly larger brush. This is the eye contour brush. I'm going to take it just on the edge of the brush, and basically all I'm going to do is map out the shape a little bit more. So don't worry so much about getting this perfect. You can clean up at the end, you can conceal any of the edges at the end, but for now you're just kind of crafting out the shape. So I'm going to start right by the corner of my eye where my last lash sits and where it connects between the top and the bottom of my eye. So I'm just going to start to very softly pull that up, and you're going up towards the tail of your brow and softly building up. You don't want to put too much on your brush, because what's going to happen is, you don't want to have to sit there and blend out the product. If you build it up, it's easier to create the shape. I'm going to take a little bit more of that taupe, and I'm just going to start to run it towards the center of my eye. So this fox eye doesn't go all the way through, it just goes to about the center, and then you do the extension at the end. So the great thing about this is it also doesn't have to be super neat. Buff it through to the middle. I like to use my lashes as my guideline, so I almost like brush the shadow through the lashes and then just very softly sweep just in the corner of the eye. So you can already see that the shape is starting to form. So I'm going to go in with the angled eye brush, and this is a little bit more tapered. It's slightly smaller of a bristle, and I'm still going to go back into taupe eyeshadow. Concentrate on getting a little bit more depth and a little bit more structure to the shape. I've actually already prepped my eyes with a little bit of an eye base, so I use the Longwear eye base in medium, which really helps to create that kind of clean slate to work on top of, and also holds any of the eyeshadows on. And then same thing, because this is at an angle, it's going to make sort of creating this fox eye really easy. So all we're doing is just deepening the shape a little bit more. Also run it on the bottom lash line. So just connect it to the top and just very softly run it onto the bottom lash line so that the whole eye connects itself. Again, you don't want it to be harsh at all, so make sure you're only using a very small amount of product, and you're going to pull that all the way to the inner corner of the eye. Now that I've got the shape, I'm going to go into the color Coco and just again add a little bit more depth. So I'm just going to go with my Smokey eyeliner brush, and this is a very small fluffy brush, so again it kind of blends out as I'm applying the product on. Because the brush is nice and small, you can get right into your lash line and really build up that shape. So again, I'm just connecting a little bit of that Coco onto the bottom lash line. So once you're done with that fox eye shape, we're going to go into a lighter color, and this is from the Essential Multicolor Eyeshadow Palette, and this is Into the Sunset. This color in particular is called Shell. So with my clean angled brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Shell, and then I'm just going to start to build up and clean up the color right into the front of the eye because you want it to be slightly lighter. Now you can use shimmery colors if you want to, but I actually find that this particular trend looks really nice as a matte look. It's just a little bit more cleaner, and I'm just buffing it over the darker shadows just to create that softness. And then now I'm going to create that sharp corner, which is really important in this look, and I'm going to use this darker color called on the horizon and I'm going to use my ultra fine brush. Now you want to make sure that you use a really nice thin, slightly pointy or sharper brush because you want this part to be nice and sharp. I am going to start right from this corner. And the great thing is, because I am using a powder shadow, if you do mess this up, it doesn't really matter because you can clean it up. And then I'm just going to take it right into the corner of my eye and slightly pull out a nice thin line. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of that color and pull it back towards the lash line. And then if you do want to clean it up, I would go in with a brush and a tiny bit of concealer and just sharpen those edges a little bit more because that makes a huge difference to the way the eye looks. Using whatever's left on your eye contour brush, I'm just going to buff the shadow right into the rest of the lash line. This look is as simple as that. So now I'm going to clean up the wing fox eye. I'm going to take a little bit of my Instant Full Cover Concealer. I use the color Honey. I'm going to take a little bit on my hand. Now the reason why I use it from my hand is because I find that if you try and do it with the wand and then clean it up, you put way too much product on there. You only need the tiniest amount, and I'm going to go back into the eyeliner brush. I'm just going to pick up the smallest amount of product, look right straight into the mirror, and then start to pull that wing or that fox eye up and sharpen it. So now you can see after I've cleaned it up, it's really lifted and pulled out the shape of the eye, so you are creating a little bit more of that almond shape. I'm going to now go into lashes. So very importantly, I'm going to curl my lashes first. So this is really important. I mean, especially if you're not wearing false eyelashes. I generally don't tend to wear false lash. I'm going to show you exactly how to kind of manipulate your eyelashes so that it also gives you that pulled out foxy look. Now I'm going to go in with the Smokey Eye Mascara, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use it when you're trying to get that more pulled out foxy look. Coat all the way through each lash, and then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to take the tip of the brush, push the lashes in the outer corner outwards, so out that way, so it follows the shape of that pulled out liner. And then as I go through the middle, I'm going to pull it up a little bit more, and then as I get into the corner lashes, I'm going to pull it right towards, as if it's going towards my nose. If you are, however, going to wear false eyelashes with this look, I would just say get ones where the lashes are longer at the ends and then shorter in the front, because again, it will just emphasize that foxy look. When you go to the bottom of your lashes, you are just going to, again, just coat them normally as you would. And then as you get to the corner ones again, push them right towards that wing. And that is how simple it is to do this eye look. It's something that you can actually create every day. Really simple, only using a few eyeshadows. I just love the way it looks. So that concludes my fox eye trend eye makeup look. I almost feel like I've had a facelift because obviously it's all going upwards. It's really pulled up my eyes. I love how sophisticated and natural it is, but it's also very sexy. I hope you enjoyed it. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this eye. See you in my next video. Bye guys. If you haven't already, do subscribe below to get, for God's sakes, what's wrong with me? If you have,